Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And today I will be building a replica tank, which will be the German Leopard 2A7, which is one of Germany's modern main battle tanks. And I believe it's got like a 120mm cannon, got some decent armor. I would build the newest one, which is the 2A8, but it has APS on the turret cheeks and it kind of looks a little weird. So I'm just going to build a 2A7. And I'm also going to try and put as much functionality as in armor and not blowing up due to load group issues. Or I guess not load group issues, but too many glitches. Anyways, let's hop into it. Alright, so first thing, the track layout. Yeah, this actually is about right still. Okay. This will be better for complexity saving and hinges down, hinges down. Okay, these need to get moved back a little bit. And then this. Alright, this needs probably a little more angle, maybe 8 degrees. I'm gonna go 9. Yeah, looks about right. And technically, there's like a little bit of rubber that comes off of this. I'm trying to do this. Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know, I'll leave it out for now. I'll add it later if I get to it. Actually, a front plate might be a little long. Get rid of this. Bring it forward a block. Yeah, that kind of works actually. For the like stuff on the front plate. Let's see. It's like there's kind of like a little itty bitty flap angled bit that comes right off the edge of the front plate. I'm gonna go about. Yeah, okay, and then the back, I need the NATO hump. So I'm gonna need to like piston glitch the back down. Because the NATO hump only comes up about half. Yeah, this needs to go down. Or does it? No, those hinges are a half block, okay. Maybe again, like 1 degrees is right. This starts at the very back of the tank, so this needs to come about here. finished up the tank. I've also painted it up and I've had some more details off camera. Overall build time on this thing I would say is about 4.5–5 hours, especially if you count all the painting I've done. I've also added some more micro details around, like some stuff in some of these little nets, cage things. I've also actually made the back of the tank more accurate with its slope at the back, made it a little higher up there with the pistons, and gave it some more, I guess, light detailing. I don't know. I've also done some battle tests with this thing. It works pretty good. It can survive about enough shots. It doesn't implode generally, so that's good. That was kind of one of the main goals of this thing, was to make a realistic tank that doesn't just implode when it gets shot. And I also added the little mud flaps at the front that I could never add at the beginning. And I've overall textured up the tank, and it looks pretty good. So yeah. Like I said, the overall build time was about 5 hours. The amount of power cores it has is 60. And its final weight is 2,448 kilograms. And I've also been able to cheapen up the complexity on this thing after going through and kind of optimizing the tank. I've saved some complexity, I've made it drive better. I've also added some gyro turning to help with the turret, because it has some fancy stuff so that it doesn't wobble. I also added a stabilizing system so that it doesn't roll over as easy. So if it gets like shot on the side, it may not flip over. And you can also, I also have a button to turn that off. I also have some logic so that my roof machine gun actually works like an aiming servo, even though it's on a hinge. I'll quickly show that logic if you want to build it. I'm pretty sure, but you basically have an angle sensor, you have a hinge, and they need a multiplication block. Basically, if you set this to 360 and this to 90, and then this hooks into this with the multiplication of 2, and this goes in the hinge, and okay, this one's output is backwards, but the hinge should follow wherever you're looking. Yeah, let me grab the extra logic to make sure I've done this correctly. Oh, and also put the hinge on linear, because then it'll take like actual angles properly. Yeah, it's the logic, and it also works with the small aiming, or the small servo, or any servos. But that's the logic you can use to make roof machine guns and like odd width turrets. And you can also, if you want like not as much angle on the actual hinge, see I only have 25 degrees here, you can just set the angle and increase the multiplication and like the multiply power or whatever, and that will make it still track properly, because it decides to not track properly when you decrease the angle. But anyways, I think I'm gonna call it here. So thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. And remember, we're all Trailmakers.